What would happen to your business if disaster struck tomorrow and your insurance only covered half the rebuilding costs? For many New Mexico business owners, this nightmare scenario was all too real. New Mexico businesses get $2 million insurance boost. New Mexico businesses are seeing a major change in insurance coverage. Starting October 15, 2025, the state's FAIR Plan has doubled the coverage limit for commercial properties from $1 million to $2 million. This increase is particularly significant for business owners in wildfire-prone areas, where obtaining private insurance has become increasingly difficult. The $2 million coverage could be the difference between rebuilding after a disaster or facing financial devastation. The FAIR Plan serves as a crucial safety net for those rejected by private insurers. It's essentially the insurer of last resort, stepping in when traditional markets refuse coverage due to high risk factors. Currently, 280 businesses and 7,200 residents across New Mexico depend on this plan for their insurance needs. Many have been forced into the FAIR Plan after being dropped by private insurers due to increasing wildfire risks. The increase in coverage limits comes in response to several factors: escalating wildfire risks, rising reconstruction costs, and the ongoing recovery from disasters like the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon fire that devastated communities across the state. Superintendent of Insurance Alice Kane described the increase as a positive step toward addressing the gap in coverage for businesses that have been abandoned by the private insurance market. This commercial property coverage increase follows a similar adjustment for residential properties earlier this year. In July, the coverage limit for homes under the FAIR Plan was raised from $350,000 to $750,000, reflecting the state's efforts to keep pace with rising property values and inflation. Not everyone views these changes positively, however. Some insurance industry trade groups have expressed concern that expanding the FAIR Plan could discourage private insurers from operating in New Mexico, potentially creating a more significant problem in the long term. Critics worry about the state potentially facing massive underwriting losses if too many high-risk properties end up in the FAIR Plan, raising questions about long-term financial sustainability. For small business owners, however, the increased coverage represents a vital lifeline. Consider a family-owned restaurant or hotel damaged by wildfire. With private insurance unavailable, the FAIR Plan's $2 million coverage could make rebuilding possible where it wasn't before. State officials are encouraging property owners in high-risk areas to take proactive measures to reduce wildfire hazards. This includes trimming trees, clearing brush, and following fire-hardening guidelines from expert organizations. While the increased coverage limits represent progress, questions remain about whether these measures will be sufficient to address the growing challenges faced by New Mexico businesses in an era of increasing climate-related risks. Let's recap the key points about New Mexico's insurance changes. First, the FAIR Plan has doubled commercial property coverage limits from $1 million to $2 million, providing crucial protection for businesses in high-risk areas. Second, this increase primarily benefits the 280 businesses that rely on the FAIR Plan after being rejected by private insurers, especially those in wildfire-prone regions where coverage is increasingly difficult to obtain. Third, while this change offers immediate relief to business owners, some industry experts worry it could discourage private insurers from operating in New Mexico, potentially creating longer-term market challenges. Finally, property owners are still strongly encouraged to take proactive measures to reduce wildfire risks, including following fire-hardening guidelines to protect their investments beyond what insurance can cover. Thank you for watching our coverage of New Mexico's insurance changes. We hope this information helps business owners understand the new coverage options available to them. Stay informed and prepared.